Before we get started into this video, I just want to read some of these comments, and this one in particular really stuck out to me. It's frightening to think that a woman who believes it's not illegal to be in a country undocumented was almost president. I think that's a really interesting statement right there. Okay, let me know how you guys feel about that. And another comment is, who else wants to see Mayorkas go to prison? Interesting stuff there. And yeah, no illegal immigrants at all in America. I am sick of our dollars supporting them. Yeah, so as you can see, that's where people stand with this. Shout out to Benny Johnson. And before we get into this video, I just want to say shout out to the King Squad family, and the King Squad elites. You guys are the bomb.com. You guys are awesome. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you to everyone who donates and supports the channel, keeps you updated in the emails. And let's get right into the video. I will give my commentary on the back end. Throughout the video, more so on the back end. Let's go.
Beautiful thing about an electoral landslide mandate like Donald Trump has is that there's absolute clarity ringing like a bell on what the will of the people in this nation truly are. Go ahead and check out the data as to why people voted against Kamala Harris and for Trump, okay? Here's the actual scientific and mathematical data behind the votes for Trump. What was the highest motivator? Inflation, okay? That's a no-brainer. The next one, too many illegal immigrants cross the border. Number two, like virtually tied with inflation, is criminal alien border crossings. That's how you got the biggest landslide in my lifetime or yours, Trump winning all 7 swing states, Trump winning the popular vote by 5 million votes and 312 electoral votes. Donald Trump has now decided that it is time to give the people what they want. Donald Trump's quickest appointment, actually, in his new administration is the great Tom Homan to lead the biggest mass deportations in American history. Trump announces his border czar. He's somebody that you possibly recognize from term one. Tom Homan was acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Tom Homan was in charge of delivering the most secure border in American history under President Trump, where illegal criminal alien crossings trickled down to just a handful. It was the best, most secure border in your lifetime, in my lifetime, and we're glad to have Tom back. Donald Trump announced on Sunday that former ICE director Tom Homan would serve as the border czar, overseeing the largest deportation of immigrants in U.S. history. The president-elect, 78, said on Truth Social that Homan would oversee the country's borders, incoming administration, just days after landslide's victory. I'm pleased to announce that former ICE director, stalwart on border control Tom Homan, will be joining the Trump administration in charge of the national border, the border czar. Ooh, yeah, baby. Let's go ahead and read the actual post itself. Here we go, over on Truth Social. Tom Homan will be in charge of, not limited to, the southern border, the northern border, all maritime and aviation security. I've known Tom for a long time, and there is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom will be in charge of all deportations, legal aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt that he will do a fantastic, long-awaited job. Hell yes. It comes after Homan said that the Trump administration will use the U.S. Army to round up and deport the worst of the worst illegal immigrants in an unparalleled crackdown. Homan said all of the estimated 20 million people residing in the U.S. illegally would be targeted for unprecedented campaign. Bottom line, if you come to this country illegally, you are not off the table, he added. Oh, hell yes. Yes. This is what democracy is. This is the will of the people. This is the will of the people. This is what the people want. And Donald Trump is going to deliver. Current border czar versus future border czar, greatest upgrade of all time. Hell yeah. A young Tom Homan serving as a border agent. Now he's in charge of the entire border of the country. Absolute stud. This is Tom Homan. Retro Tom Homan border czar. Look at the vintage.
Wow.
AOC hearing about Tom Homan's appointment. Oh, yeah. It was AOC that got absolutely destroyed by Tom Homan when they were having a congressional hearing on the border. Check this out.
Says the official recommendation. There were 3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Okay. Elon Musk congratulating Tom Homan being given the responsibility of enforcing our borders. Elon Musk, one of the people who brought this wonderful decision about. He has been at Mar-a-Lago every single day and has been advising President Trump on the right people. Elon Musk, one of the smartest peoples, in the world, one of the most powerful people on earth right now. Trump said Homan will be in charge of the deportation of mass illegal immigration back to their country's origins. Nobody better at policing our borders, says Fox News. Homan on Fox this morning.
Well, I think, look, it'd be great to have local law enforcement assist ICE because, one thing we heard during 9/11 report was we shouldn't have stovepipes. Law enforcement should work with law enforcement. But, there's two things. Number one, under President Trump, he was suing the sanctuary cities, DOJ suing the sanctuary cities, pulling federal funds. Of course, day one, when Joe Biden came in office, he stopped that lawsuit. So that has to be put back in place. And look, I've seen some of these Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion. If you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way because we're going to do it. So if we can't get assistance from New York City, and we may have to double the number of agents we send to New York City because we're going to do the job. We're going to do the job without you or with you. But it's much easier to arrest a bad guy. Like I just said, we're concentrating on public safety threats of human and national security threats. Right. It's much easier to arrest a bad guy in the jail. Give us access to Rikers Island that we've been kicked out of. Let us get the bad guy in the jail. It's safer for the alien. It's safer for the officer. It's safer for the community. But if you're going to release these bad guys, out in the community, then we're going to have to go find them, which puts the officer at risk, puts the community at risk, and puts, and bottom line is, sanctuary cities are sanctuaries for criminals. And the left keeps saying, well, we want victims and witnesses of a crime to feel safe come to the police department knowing we don't work with lights. Let me make one thing clear. That's just a stone cold lie. Victims and witnesses of a crime does not want the bad guy back in their neighborhood.
That's true.
Yeah. Certainly. And most the illegal immigrant community, they broke the law being there, they shouldn't be. However, after being there, they're God-fearing family people. I get it. Do they want a sexual predator in their neighborhood? Do they want someone convicted of DUI 10 times in their neighborhood? Let us protect not only the American communities, let us protect the immigrant community. Who's the victim of MS-13 crime? Yeah. The immigrant community. Yeah. So, if sanctuary cities don't want to help us, to get the hell out of the way, because we're coming.
Reality remains undefeated. Don't fight reality. Tom Homan's fighting in Congress. Remember when he snapped at Democrat Congressman?
Shout out to Tom Homan, man. Seriously, he's a guy who means business, and Trump is Trump is doing more than Ku Klux Kamala Harris has her entire time with Biden, and he's just doing more than anything Biden did. Really, it's really amazing to see, how much has shifted, okay, and how other people are showing us respect and how much proactiveness they've had just with after Trump being elected. It's really amazing to see, like, wow, this is exactly what we voted for Trump for, okay, and he's getting right to it. Absolutely amazing, and really just love to see it, honestly. It's been so long.
For me, Jai Paul says, I'm a taxpayer. You work for me. Tom Homan in Congress going, you work for me. to Democrat. Oh, I just can't wait. This is going to be so entertaining. Such a difference, by the way. Again, reality undefeated. That's reality. What Tom Homan's talking about is reality. And this is not reality.
Wrong to somehow suggest that an undocumented immigrant is a criminal. Being an undocumented immigrant is not a crime. I know what a crime looks like. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. 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 An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
And she goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, actually, no, they are criminals. You can go look at American immigration law right now. Entering the country illegally and staying in the country illegally is a criminal act, period. You got to go home. You got to go home. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, we feel like we're home here. You should be too, like Sharon.
So there we have it. Shout out to Benny and shout out to Tom Homan. Really amazing stuff here. Okay, and somebody says right here, shout out to Jono Plays, or Jono Plays. Mr. Homan needs Secret Service protection immediately. Very powerful people do not want this border to close. That is facts. Okay, seriously, honestly, I say that about Trump, and actually we're all saying that about Trump and Vance as well, Mr. Homan. Yeah, because with them just executing like this, you know, people on the, you know, opposing side are really pissed about Trump making these moves and everything, okay? The people he's giving power to, the people he's removing power from, they are not happy about this, all right? There's a lot of money in keeping people under, okay? And that's just what it is, and Trump is out here breaking that stuff up. And they're not happy about it, you know. So it's important to keep Trump in your prayers, all that kind of stuff. Everybody he's appointed and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings are towards everything going on here. And I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comments. So as always, shout out to the King Squad, the King Squad family, the King Squad elites. You guys are bomb.com. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everyone who donates and emails me and supports the channel. Okay, thank you for all the positive comments and everyone who watched this video all the way through. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.